Hello everyone, this is Lisa Learning, and in the previous videos, I talked about the GraphQL server, GraphQL client side, and also the schema types. And in today's demo, I want to talk about the mutation and also the input type. We already have the query here, the type query, and we can fetch all the books and also get a selected book. And today I want to talk about the type mutation. Let's say it's mutation. Since I have this like a bookstore and I want to create a book for my bookstore, create book. And we need some like input. For example, we need the title, which is a string type. And also let's put this example at this side. So we need a title, price, and the author name. So title, price, which is a float, and author name, which is a string. And then we return this created book. And then we need to add the resolver function for this create book. So no matter it's for the query or it's mutation, we put this resolver function all in this root value. So next one is like a create book. First, let's check what's in our argument. And then you're gonna argue. And then we can just return none for now. Let's save it. And then go to this website, this IDE. We have this all books from the previous video. And then I said all of the query start with this parenthesis. It's like a query. Or we can add this query here. And for the mutation, we need to start saying it's a mutation. And then maybe we can give it the name, saying it's like a create books. And then we can get our create book. We need to pass the input arguments, the title, which is say it's how to write GraphQL. The price will be like a $15. Also the author name will be say Lisa. And then we can return all of because we're gonna return the book, so it's all of the fields. And now we can run it. So we can choose between this unnamed query or it's a create books. Let me name this like a get books. And now we can run this. Let's just get all the books for now. Let's see. So in our bookstore, we have a Harry Potter and the Lord of the Ring now. And I want to create a new book. And now we return the book because in our resolver, we just return book. In the arguments we have, it's an object which has the field title and the price and the author name. Then we can just deconstruct this object with type price and the author name. And in the code, we can first find the First, I want to create the ID for the book and also for the author because we have this ID for the book and the ID for the author now. And I want to use that UUID for this ID, unique identifier. I already installed this UUID in my project, the UUID. So let's just import it. And then now, so I want to have this book ID. I want to start because all the book ID start with B, and it's B, and then ID 4. And also I want to create the author ID as well. It will be the same. Instead, we need to have this A, and then book. We have this ID. This is a book ID. Book ID. And then the title, which we already get from the input. Price, we get from input. Sold, we start at 0. In stock, which is true. Author. The ID would be the author ID. The name will be author name. And then we can push this into our book list and then return this created book. Let's save it and go back to the IDE. Let's run it again. So we can say the server just create this new book. The ID start with capital B, and how to write the Graphql. It seems work perfectly. And let's get out of the books. So now we have 3 books. Because now we only have 3 input arguments. In some cases, we probably have lots of input arguments. For a situation like this, we can use the input type, which will be like the object type. So how can we do it? Instead, we use like a 3 scalar type. We can give it input, which is saying create book input. And then let's define this. So for this input type, we cannot use like a type. We need to define it like input. And create a book, which we have title, it's a string. Price is a float. Name is a string. And then it's our input, which is a create book input. Seems perfectly. And here, because now, before we have 3 input arguments, but now we only have 1. So instead we have 3 of them, we're gonna have 1 input here. And also we need to deconstruct. Let's do it this way. Let's input and deconstruct from the input. And everything else should keep the same. Let's save it and go to the web IDE. Because we update the backend server and then the node restart our backend. So if we check this get all books, we're gonna get price. Let's go back to check. Well, let's do this. We have input. Oh, so when we create books, now we need to use the input, which is input. The input, we have the title, price, author name. Let's refresh this and then run it again. Create books. And then now we get this new created books. Get all books. We have 3 books, how to write the GraphQL. And this is the first, we can update a book. And the input, let's name it update book input, which we're gonna return this updated book. And then we need to have defined this input update book input. We need to have this ID, which cannot be null. And also, let's say we can update this price for now. So it's a new price. And then in the resolver function, we can add this update book. So the input is the same. Let's first find this book. And the book equals to. Oh, let's deconstruct here as well. So the input includes the ID, also the price from input. So we're gonna equal to the ID. Now we get the index for the book I want to update. Then let's update the book index. And let's return this constant. So we have a book, we find that book, and then we update the price and also return the updated book item. So let's save it. Go back to the IDE, web IDE. Let's get all books to check. So now we have 2 books, and I want to update the Lord of the Rings. So let's have this update book. Mutation, update books, update book. The input, we have ID. Let's update the Lord of the Rings, so it's a B1001. And also the new price will be $21. I want exactly out of the return fields. And then let's run this update books. And now the Lord of the Ring price changed to $21. Let's get all books. So that's correct. And I'm not gonna demo for update the sold value or is in stock or the delayed books because it's pretty straightforward. And that's everything for today's demo. And in the next video, I'm gonna talk about the client side. Thank you so much. Hope this video is helpful. Please comment, subscribe, and likes. See you in the next video. Bye.